What's up YouTube, this is Mathos97 and welcome back to my Pokemon Fire Red Nuzlocke. We got some grinding footage as you can see, and I'm just going to let you know ahead of time, as is typically customary for these grinding videos. If you want to skip past this session, where I'm just going to be answering some questions and whatnot, the time is 12:52. So if you want to just skip past all the training and just get to the actual episode proper, as it were, that's the time. Go do that. Also, I just want to give a clarification. If there are going to be any episodes in the future that are exclusively grinding episodes, like nothing else happens beyond the grinding, then I'll be sure to either put that on screen, like some sort of text, or I'll say it beforehand that, hey, this is going to be a grinding episode, so if you want to skip it, you can do that. That's perfectly fine. Level 16, baby! And you know what that means. You know what that means. It's time. It's time to get the Charmeleon we've been waiting for. That awkward middle stage, but it's cool because it's more powerful. And I should have done it before the fight against Corrupt, but I didn't. But now we've got the Charmeleon and everything is fine. Yeah. So I recently got some questions by guest 5 in the comments of my last Nuzlocke video. So shout out to him. He left me like a ton of questions. Some of them are Pokemon related, some of them are wrestling related. So I'm gonna, I guess, kind of like balance them out. I'll just, I guess, cherry pick a few of these. There are a lot of questions here, so realistically this could last me for, well, I don't know how many grinding sessions it will last me, because it'll all depend on how quickly I can answer them. But there's a bunch of questions here, and that's cool. So, one of his questions is, how did I get into Pokemon? And if you want to hear more about like my origins with Pokemon and kind of like how I guess got into this franchise and how stuff, you know, how I've kind of grown with this franchise, I actually did a podcast with a YouTuber by the name of Second Look, although technically it was on his gaming channel, but I'll link the thing. I've promoted it in several videos in the past, but it's called the Grindcast, and I was a guest in the second episode, and we did a whole conversation there. So rather than just kind of repeat myself in this video, I'll just again reference that podcast, because it's good. It really covers like my origins with Pokemon and just basically my entire journey. So if you really want that question answered, they have a whole podcast with him, and it was a cool thing. I'll link it at the end of this video, provided that I don't forget. I'm gonna make sure that I don't forget, so I'll link it at the end of this video, so you can check that out. Maybe I'll put it in the description too, why not? We'll do that. But then, he also asks me, you know, I don't really care much about the Ash Pokemon anime, as he refers to it as, which isn't necessarily true. Yeah, I don't care about it, because, like, I haven't really seen a bunch of it, but it's not that I dislike it, but yeah, I guess don't care in that case is a pretty accurate description. But have I watched Origins or Generations? And I have seen, I don't know how much of Generations ended up being released. I had seen all the way up to, I think, the Sinnoh stuff, and then I gave up because it was kind of boring, kind of uninteresting. Like, you get to see the Pokemon games in animation, which is cool to an extent, but like there's no overarching plot with it. It's just like, oh, here's this moment from this game, and yeah, look, it's animated, guys, have fun with it. It just seems kind of pandering. I guess there's not necessarily a problem with that, but when I was hoping for more. Like, Pokemon Origins at least told a story. Like, it followed the journey of Red, and it really hyper-condenses everything into just a couple of episodes. I mean, Generations takes that to a whole new level where there's no character journey, there's no character that you're following, it's just little tidbits of, here's this moment from this game, hope you like that moment, because there's no real narrative progression throughout the Pokemon Generations thing. So it's cool in that, like, if that's all you want, if you just want to see some Pokemon game plot animated, there you go. But I'd much rather have, like what they did with Pokemon Origins, like, even if it's gonna be hyper-condensed, that's what I would rather have, is tell some sort of a story, some sort of a narrative, rather than just, this was a thing that happened, here's a bunch of characters who are gonna show up in this episode and then disappear and never be seen again. Origins was good, I liked Origins, although if I really wanted to see a full Pokemon anime of one of the games, I want to see one of the Mystery Dungeon games adapted, because I think they've teased it. We've had specials with the Mystery Dungeon games. Like, we had one for Blue Red Rescue Team, and then we had two for Time, Darkness, Sky. So we had some of those, and then they did, what was it, the third one, frickin' Gates to Infinity. It was just like a little 2.5, 3 minute short. Here's what I guess what I wanted to say was that with regular Pokemon games, the plot is not the big concern with those games. It's just forming a team and beating everybody and going on to become the champion. The plot is kind of secondary with Pokemon, whereas with Mystery Dungeon, the plot is the focus. You're not like going out trying to build a team. You have a very clear story to follow, which is why I think that would lend itself better to animation, so I would prefer that. Even though they were just the individual specials, I really liked those Mystery Dungeon things. Although at least Origins told like a complete story, even if it cut out a lot. But yeah, if I had to ask for like a full anime, which I know wasn't the question, but I would definitely want to see a Mystery Dungeon thing. What matchups do you like and what ones don't you like? Single battle, double battle, triple battle, and rotation battle. So with single battles, they're fine, because that's the standard, it's what you always get to. Double battles are my favorite. I was introduced to the games through Generation 3, and whenever I would play Fire Red and Leaf Green, obviously that game, or at least like Red, Blue, Green, the original games were not built for double battles. So whenever I'd run into the occasional double battle, I'd always think it was really cool just because you have all the different dynamics. You have two different Pokemon that can do, like, you can come up with different combinations of moves, and it's a lot more challenging, it's a lot more exciting, which can be the detriment to a Nuzlocke series. If you get into a double battle, it makes things a lot less predictable, meaning that a lot more can go wrong. But even then, I still like double battles. I prefer them to single battles just because of that unpredictability, that excitement that tends to stem from them. Can't really go wrong with a single battle though, because that's the benchmark. That's what Pokemon is. But what I really liked about Generation 3 was that it was the first game to introduce those double battles. So there's so many, especially in Pokemon Emerald where they added in even more. Yes, that was my thing. The double battles were great. And maybe that's just another side effect of me being a Generation 3 boy, is that, I mean, I really love water types, and I love double battles. They're great. Then, the issue with triple battles and rotation battles is that they were introduced during Generation 5, which was when I started falling out with Pokemon, just because that was in, like, the dark ages, as I call them, that whole middle school time frame. So I didn't play a whole lot of them when those games first came out. I like the ideas, like, it's something different, it's something new, something to spice up the formula that isn't an annoying addition like Mega Evolutions, which I never really cared for Mega Evolutions, but I've kind of voiced that opinion in several videos over the course of anything. Triple battles I do like, not quite the same as double battles, because at that point then you're introducing a lot more into the mix. So it's still chaotic, but in that sense, I think double battles strike a good balance between chaotic and like strategy, whereas with a triple battle, it's a little, it's even more unpredictable, and then you have to worry about like, oh, if you're in one corner, you can only strike 2 Pokemon. I mean, I do still like triple battles, they're an interesting addition, but I've never really encountered them much. Like, I think Black and White were the main ones that did it, and then after that, they just kind of disappeared, because I guess they thought triple battles would catch on. I don't remember anything, like in Gen 6, that I don't remember any significant triple battles, which was kind of unfortunate, because, like, I like it. It's another cool addition. More Pokemon on the battle at once, it's more chaos, and I do like that. I really wish that first gym, the way that they've got the 3 trainers, but then they pick the one that, like the antithesis of your starter, the one that you're going to be weak to. I wish they had just made that a triple battle. Use all the pan Pokemon, you know, the Grass Monkey, Fire Monkey, Water Monkey. Just throw them all together. Make it a triple battle. That would have been a good way to introduce this mechanic. We had Tate and Liza in Generation 3 to introduce the double battles, but you don't really get that with triple battles, and that's kind of unfortunate. And then with rotation battles, that's a lot trickier than at that point, because you do like the switching around and stuff. It's not that I dislike it, but I definitely say that double battles are my preferred. They're my favorite because there's more chaos to it, but it's also a pretty simple idea. It's just 2 Pokemon on the field at once. With triple battles, you're getting into more nuance there, and then with rotation, like rotation, there's still strategy involved because you got to figure out who do you put where, at what time, and when do you make a switch and whatnot. But in a sense, I think I prefer triple battles to rotation, just because you can just blast everyone at once when you have all 3 on the field. But yeah, double battles, my favorite. Singles would probably take second. I guess triple battles and then rotation battles. It's not that I don't have any real significant problems with them, but I think it's just, I really like the simplicity of the double and the singles. Everything else kind of gets a little more complicated beyond that. Here's an interesting one. Do you think that there will be a Pokemon game that will have every generation and that generation's storyline in it? That would be really cool, but with how much is packed into these games, it seems unlikely. I know when Johto did it, that was even a big stretch for, like, the hardware at the time. I don't know, maybe if they moved it to, like, the Nintendo Switch, that might be interesting. Maybe that would have the capacity to hold everything. But then you think about it, we've only continued to make more and more games. We're up to Generation 7 now. So it's going to be more and more difficult to throw that all into one game. I know with Johto, they had to really condense. Kanto is just a breeze. You really just breeze through it at the end. But the fact that it's still there is cool. But mainly you just blow through it, so it's not like you're experiencing both games at once. However, I do think that would be really cool. One of the things that stood out to me with Johto was that, like, you go from one region to another, and you can kind of bring your team, or you could start fresh. That'd be interesting if they had you go through one generation and then, say you go from Kanto to Johto and you have to find a new team. That would actually be really cool. Like, even if they could do that with like 3 or 2 or maybe even like 4, however much they could manage. Even if they had to split it, so like instead of covering every single game in one single game, if you broke it down a bit more, like you could maybe pack 2 or 3 together, but like you still have all the Pokemon in one save file. That'd be really interesting. I would kind of like a game like that, but I almost wonder, is it really necessary? Because now you've got like Pokemon Bank, so you can play through a game and then like put all your Pokemon in one save file already. I mean, I still think it would be a cool experience. I think it'd be very difficult with like hardware and stuff to actually put that all into one game, but I would enjoy that. Although, would Nintendo need to focus the time on that? Would it be better to just make new Pokemon stuff, or get me that spin-off games like what we got with Coliseum and Gale of Darkness? I'm still waiting for another one. I want one of those on the Switch. It doesn't have to be a sequel to Gale of Darkness or anything like that, but I want another spin-off game like that. I want something cool, a new Pokemon adventure. So to answer your question, do I think it will happen? Probably not. Would I be interested in it? Yeah, it'd be pretty cool. I'd try it out. And I will return to all of Guest 5's questions in a future grinding thing, because there are just so many of them I've barely even scratched the surface here. Okay, I think that's enough grinding for the time being. I have gained some levels. We obviously just got the Charmeleon. Yeah, that was the evolution. We got that. Somehow, I just realized Corrupt had a level 17 Pidgeotto. My Pidgey's level 17, and I didn't get prompted for an evolution, so I call hacks that hacked Pidgeotto. See, here, I should have been able to use a healing item in that fight, because he obviously used some sort of item, some sort of cheat to get that Pidgeotto. Because Pidgey doesn't evolve until level 18, I think. Give me this rare candy. I deserve it. I've earned it. After all that grinding, I think I deserve a little reward. Oh, crap. No, stop. I don't care. I don't want to know about the badges. I know how they work, guy. I forget. Can you get the old rod in this city? I don't know why I was thinking one of these houses had something. Well, I mean, yeah, I have interest in berries. What? Yeah, but I'm interested in berries. Give me some berries. God dang it. So I guess I gotta have something first. Anyways, looking at the party now. I got Orochimaru to level 13. I would have liked to reach level 15, but it's not a big deal. I'll just level up in battles. That's fine. Then, of course, Socrates and the other 2 gain some levels. I have Bite now, so Orochimaru can actually fight, which is nice. Yeah, Wilder, Socrates, and Valkyrie all went up a level. Melody went up a level or 2. I think just 1. And Charkasm's sitting there as a Charmeleon now, which is cool. Let's go on to Nugget Bridge and let's start some fights. It's a bug type. As much as I would like to have Orochimaru out front, because that'd probably be the smarter thing to do, I'm gonna lead with Charkasm. I want to show off my shiny new Charmeleon. People call this Nugget Bridge. Beat us 5 trainers and win a fabulous prize. Think you got what it takes? Oh, I know I've got what it takes. Because none of you are gonna even pose one iota of a threat compared to what Corrupt did. Corrupt took out Ratatator, god dang it. I'm not gonna lose. Oh, I forgot to turn on animations. See, this is gonna be my problem moving forward, is that if I turn off animations for grinding, I'm gonna forget to turn them back on for the episode proper. Bugcatcher Kale. He thinks he's got me, but I'm so quick he can't even see my attacks. He can't even see them animate. That's how quick I am. That's exactly what's going on right now. The fruits of that training. Oh, it's a Metapod, and you know what that means. That means I can get some training in for Orochimaru. That's what I can do. Thought about Melody, but it's gonna be Orochimaru. Has to be. Intimidate, not like it's actually gonna be attacking me. But I'm pretty sure Bite is a special move in this game. Let me just look at that damage. Oh boy. Let's hit him again. And yeah, it's oh, and the flinch, so that's nice. Yeah, Bite is definitely special. Unfazed by your Harden. And look at that. Look at that. Level 14. That's my boy. That's my snake. And it's a Kakuna. So you know what? I'm gonna share the love. I'm gonna bring in Melody for this one. Orochimaru got the Metapod, so I'll let Melody have this Kakuna. Let's see how much damage Mega Kick is gonna do against this thing. Oh yeah, that's my Jigglypuff. Look at that experience, look at that. Okay, so first things first, I am taking animations and turning them back on. There we go. So this next fight will actually be fights and not a super... It's like Dragon Ball level attacks where I didn't even see them move. That's exactly what just happened in that fight. That's the fruits of our training. The guy couldn't even see it coming. We saw the battle through his perspective, and I refuse to hear anything less. Don't you even argue with me on that one. So he's got a Pidgey, or she's got a Pidgey, rather. Alright, let's see the glorious animation for this Mega Kick. Show me now. Glorious. Glorious! Never stood a chance. Next up is an Oddish. Well, I'm gonna stay out there. You know what? Melody can have this fight. I have faith. Can we get 2 in a row? No. Well, technically that would have been 3 in a row, but you know what? That's fine. Getting a little overconfident with the Mega Kick. But even in saying that, I want to go for it again. Yeah! Can we take that out? No! You're a jerk, Oddish. Hanging on with 1 HP, who do you think you are? You think you're some kind of hero? You're just a weed, just a plant, not even a plant. Weeds are just the inferior, they're the kohai to the plant senpai. What am I even saying? How much can Pound do? It's still pretty good. Melody certainly has improved. I don't think I actually gave Melody's attack enough credit before. I mean, obviously, in the fight against Corrupt, I realized how much Melody could actually do. But before that, I never gave her enough credit. But now look at this, level 16. And I still don't know when I want to go for that Wigglytuff. I'm not sure if there are any moves that I should look out for as a Jigglypuff, because I didn't do the research beforehand, but I'll figure it out. Alright, Melody, you can take a back seat now. You did your deed. Let's bring Orochimaru back out here. Here's number 3, I won't be easy. Yeah, you will. You know you will. You can try to delude yourself into thinking that, youngster Timmy, where are your fairy godparents? Fairly godparents? I mixed the title of the show with what the people actually were. Where are your fairy godparents now? And the joke is already dead. I ruined it. I ruined the joke, but I still try to run through with it anyway. Because that's the type of person I am. I just run oh my god! I just run things into the ground as I almost put Orochimaru in the ground. Okay, let's... No. Yeah, Valkyrie. Valkyrie, help. Help. Get rid of this thing. Get this shrew out of my face. Whip up some winds. Hit him with your gust. Well, that didn't do much. I actually don't know what's stronger here, Gust or Quick Attack. Because it's a normal flying type. I actually think Quick Attack might be a tad stronger. Could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure that it's just like just a little bit stronger. Because if I had to hazard a guess, I would say Gust is special, and that is why. It's that Pidgey is more of a physical attacker than a special. Anyways, you want to talk about special? Socrates, with this confusion, just wrecking your special defense. And Ekans can get out of here. Not very creative on my part, but this guy's got the one-liners. Stomped flat, yes. Yes, you were. And because this is Nugget Bridge, as much as I would like to train these two, I also feel like... I feel as though I need to just soldier on. That I shouldn't go back and heal. I should just fight through all of this. Without any healing, no healing items or anything. So that's what I'm gonna go for. I should have sent Socrates out front. But I didn't. I made the mistake. And I don't dare go for Quick Attack here. Because I don't want to get poison pointed, especially not after I just made that claim that I might not use healing items. So I'm gonna go for Gust instead. Oh, it's got focus energy. That's a concern. But if I can take this one out with a Gust, yes, good. Good. And I'm switching out now. I'm not even gonna put up with that. If this thing's got focus energy, I don't want to deal with it. I mean, yeah, it might have Peck, but Socrates has confusion. Get out of here. Oh. I was getting ahead of myself. If I couldn't take out an Ekans with one confusion, I shouldn't have expected to take this thing out. But it's okay. I'm a patient man. I can attack twice. I don't need my Okos, my one hits. I can finish you off in 2. Make you suffer all the more. And we're gonna leave Valkyrie out front for this fight, because I know you've got a Mankey. Hey, that was the last guy's line. He said he was stomped flat. Don't say you're gonna stop me, Camper Ethan. Get your own lines. Actually, this could be really dangerous. It might have Karate Chop. I don't know how much Gust is gonna do. I know there's a risk here. Okay. It went for Leer, which means if this doesn't get the knockout, I can switch. Nope. No. I'm not even gonna risk it. Socrates, you've got this. I don't want to chance whatever it's gonna do. It went for Leer again. I would have been fine, but that's fine. I'd rather play it safe than risk everything on the off chance that it'll go for Leer a third time. And with that, we have conquered Nugget Bridge. Although I guess technically, we've got one guy left. Now, I don't remember if he leads with an Ekans or what. But let's assume that he does. And... yeah, I'm gonna assume that he does. Socrates has been the MVP so far. I got the nugget from the Nugget Bridge. By the way, how would you like to join Team Rocket? No. Maybe back in the day, when I was feeling a bit more edgy, when I was feeling a bit more nefarious, I might have joined Team Rocket, but I think those days have passed. You're looking at the Nuzlocke champion right here. You're looking at the guy who's gonna go on and beat the Elite Four and conquer Kanto. I've got bigger aspirations than being a measly grunt in Team Rocket. Although that would be an interesting premise for a game, having to like be the protagonist, be like the grunt in the enemy team, and have to make their way to the top, or maybe do like a Colosseum thing where he could be secretly like a spy, and then he goes up against all odds and fights the good fight against his former allies or something, and he has more of like a dark backstory. I don't know. I I doubt Pokemon, like the main series games, would ever do that. But we're talking like spin-offs here, because obviously Pokemon Coliseum took that route, and it was pretty cool. I think a game involving like just a grunt, just kind of trying to climb through the ranks to become like an admin, and maybe even one day fight the boss, like go up against Giovanni or whatever, and overthrow the establishment and become the leader of this big team. It could be an interesting side game. But for now, we've got an evolution. Yeah. I have to say that Pidgeotto is definitely my favorite form out of this evolution line. I mean, Pidgeot also looks kind of cool with its luxurious. Oh crap, that's right. I'm poisoned. I got 33 health. Can I make it back to the PC? Best trainer ever. I know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I got plenty of steps. Maybe I should go take a trip down to the Pokemart. I'm just kidding. I'm not that cruel. I have to show some sort of care to my teammates. But yeah, Pidgeot with like the whole like red and gold thing, or like red and blonde. I don't know exactly what the color is, but it's also cool. But Pidgeot just I don't know. I like my birds when they've got those like weird tufts of hair. Like Staraptor's got that kind of emo swoosh going on, and it's like red, and I just think it's great. But let's get a look at Valkyrie here. Majestic. Yeah, this is good. Now we've got our Pidgeotto, and we've got a Charmeleon. Misty's not gonna have anything on us. But before I call it a day for this episode, we've got a Pokemon to catch. What's it gonna be? Oh, there's no item down here. For some reason, I thought there was. A Caterpie. Just kidding. Dupe's Claws. But I can only run into 5 duplicates. So if I hit 5, we're done. Yeah, because what route are we on? This is like Route 6. 5. Route 5 is what it is. An Oddish. It's an Oddish. I'm gonna put it to sleep first and foremost. Because I know this thing has got some tricks. Or if it doesn't know all the powders yet, it can. So this thing could be like my backup Socrates, or, you know, a secondary catch all the Pokemon type. Although hopefully I won't need to use it, but it's good to have options. And I know Snow is kind of lonely in the PC now that I had to pull Orochimaru from the box. So it'll be nice to get some other friends in there. Go back to sleep. Stop fighting back. Stop resisting. And I wish I hadn't said that, but it's okay because this is a Nuzlocke. I just gotta throw the Pokeball, and Oddish is in the bag, in the box, the bin, the PC, rather. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, another one. We got another one. So far, I've caught everything I've encountered, like all the encounters I could have that actually count as being catchable. Its scientific name is Odium wanderus. At night, it is said to walk nearly 1,000 feet on its 2 roots. 1,000 feet. I'm thinking 1,000 leagues under the sea, but I forget who wrote the thing. I'm thinking Jules Verne, though I could be wrong on that. But it's a girl, so Verne, I don't think is quite gonna work here. Jules, I mean, is that like a gender-neutral name? Either way, I'm gonna go with it. Jules. There we go. Now watch, I'm gonna be completely wrong on the author of that book, and this name is now going to mean nothing. Actually, wait. Is this a separate route over here as well? Yes, it is. Route 25. We were just on Route 24. How did we even get there? We were just on Route 4, then 24, so I guess I got one more Pokemon I could potentially catch. on Route 25, and as far as I'm aware, really my only option is an Abra here, I think. So I'm pretty sure that's not a Leaf Green exclusive. But let's see what I can do. I got 5 attempts at this. It's an Oddish. Well, I've already got one of you. And I'm not gonna fight. I'm gonna run. Alright, attempt number 2. What do we got? It's the Abra. But am I faster than it? What is your speed? Socrates. 33 speed. Abra might be pretty quick. So do I risk it all in a sleep powder? Or do I just go? Well, the way I see it, the likelihood of me catching it in a Pokeball is very slim. Slim to none. I'm gonna risk it on a sleep powder, and I'm faster, yes! Wonderful. Now I just gotta hope that it doesn't wake up, because if it wakes up, I'm screwed. I'm gonna go for 1 tackle, and then go with the Pokeball. Alright, and it's still asleep. Come on. We can do this. We can do this. I can catch an Abra. I can catch this Abra. Let's go, 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 let's go! 1, 2, 3. Yeah! We're keeping the streak alive! That's another one in the box. It sleeps for 18 hours a day. It uses a variety of extrasensory powers even while asleep. The Psy Pokemon. We've got an Abra. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy, excited stuff. But what do I call you? What do I call you? You're kinda useless with just teleport, but you've got the potential for greatness. Sakura. 'Cause I don't know, that's just the name that pops in my head. Of course, you know, I thought useless. I mean, she was kinda useless at times, but she had potential. Kinda did some stuff, so maybe Sakura will be useful at some point. Who knows? Anyways, thank you for joining me for another edition of the Pokémon Fire Red Nuzlocke, and until next time, keep on YouTubing.